But anyway, so you went and did a show last night, and it turned out well, and obviously you weren't drinking because you made it home safely.
Yes, I did.
And you had a good time. Well, apparently, just due to, recent events or just things all coming together and whatnot, I noticed that you put a very lengthy post out there today about feeling as if you have a purpose in life, or now you want to take, maybe your personal well-being a little more seriously.
Yeah.
So why the change of attitude or demeanor or change of heart or whatnot?
I don't know, dude. It's just and now here we go, taking me right back to faggot land with the feelings and stuff. But
should I play feelings in the background real low while you tell this?
Feelings, nothing more than feelings.
Well, I was thinking more like a B.J. Thomas. Feelings, whoa, feelings.
Yeah, give me a little of that.
Let me see if I can find that for you.
Give me a little feelings.
Is that B.J. Thomas?
I don't know.
Let me see. Feelings playlist. Maroon 5, Chinks, feelings.
Whoa.
I thought that was B.J. Thomas. I'm not really sure.
Well, let's just find it here. Google Play. Where's my Google Play? I might be able to find it. Just need some soft background music.
Yeah, I was going to play that for you real softly in the background. Do you know what it is?
I'm looking right now. Feelings. Let's see. Oh man, there's only 1 million of these, right?
Yeah.
No, I have no idea.
It's an old 70s tune.
Yeah, I know the song is Feelings.
Yeah.
Whoa, feeling. Right, that one?
Yeah, that's the one.
Let me write the lyrics. Feelings. Whoa.
Silly.
Google it. It is Morris Albert.
Morris Albert?
Yeah.
Let me see if that comes up here at all.
It's on YouTube. I can send you the YouTube video.
I can get it. Morris Albert Feelings, huh?
Yeah.
Morris Albert Feelings. All right, there it is.
We're going a long way for this dumb bit.
I know. Exactly. All right, here we go.
Give me a little Morris Albert. There we go.
So, what's been the change of heart, Mr. Agan?
Well, Neely, there comes a time in every man's life when he just has to reevaluate his principles. And I'm going through the greatest moment of my life right now. And I can't do this with the feelings in the background. Turn that off.
So in all reality, though, what was the epiphany that thought, you know what, Chris Aiken doesn't want to check out at 55. I got a reason to be around.
Lots of things, dude. It's, as I wrote in my way too extended thing today, I went through too much of my fucking existence just fucking not having anybody that gave a fuck. And that's not true. That's not true. All right, I had one person that didn't give a fuck. Unfortunately, she was fucking the hard edge that fucking drove me crazy. So when the doctors after the burn accident told me 55, I was just like, fuck, okay. I'll enjoy what I got, but I know I'm going to check the fuck out. And honestly, my life didn't go that much better for so long that 55 seemed like a blessing. I was like, hurry the fuck up half the time. Dealing with her fucking stupid cunt ass. But, I don't know, man. You know what? Since the divorce hangover cleared, My life has been straight up upswing, man, and in a lot of areas, not just not the relationship thing. That's part of it. I won't lie, but just everything. The show is doing so fucking great, and don't even think that I discount that at all, man, because I can't believe that you let me back on the show after I bitched the show the way I did, but I am very happy and proud that the show is doing, by far better than we've ever done. Do you agree with that?
Well, I agree, and I think my proof is not only in the week after week dedication to be here, probably 98% of the time,
sure,
but also investing the capital into the show that I have, going with the bigger Spreaker, where we can broadcast 24/7, to new equipment, to better internet, to better everything.
Sure.
Knowing that investment, it's not a ton of money, but it's a lot more money than most people would throw at a project. I mean, hell, just the equipment that I gave you alone 2 weeks ago was probably about $500.
Right.
And I spent about $1,000 this year alone on this side of the studio.
Sure. I mean, the investment is there and it's paying off. And, I mean, investment, one thing, another thing that's making the show pay off is considering, and I'll pull back the curtain a little bit. I remember the conversation you and I had when we first decided I was coming back. And the first thing I said to you was, I can't do this every week anymore. You remember that?
You did. You said, well, we'll try it out, see how it goes, but I can't guarantee you that it'll be a week-to-week thing.
Yeah, because I didn't know what I could do, and I didn't know that I wanted to, and I'd been away from it for a while. I didn't know that I'd be any good anymore, and I got so roped back in, and you and I, once we started putting my real life into the picture, and then you started putting your real life into the picture, it really changed the show to where now I don't want to miss anything. That last week we should have maybe played a best of, but I mean, I don't ever, and you and I have had this conversation off show many times. I don't ever want to miss a show because I don't want to fucking take even a single chance at us losing the momentum, because it's rare, and there's just no other way to put it. It's rare that you catch. And when you catch, you got to ride that fucking wave.
Yeah, well, I agree. And another thing, even though it is entertaining for me, but since I had the wherewithal, I have made a effort to plan going to events.
Right.
Events that matter. To where I could get out there and shake a couple hands and be a face.
Sure.
At things, be it Bob Nalbandian's movie premieres or NAMM. Or, some of the shows that come around and that kind of stuff. And, one of the things that I noticed that you mentioned in your post today was the whole Stephen Piercy night out.
Sure.
How that was just like a big deal in some regard because of the recognition that you received as a co-host here and somebody who's, helped build a show that seems to have a lot of appreciation for a niche audience around the world.
Right. It's an amazing thing what this thing has turned into, and I never expected it. I mean, I'm sure you didn't expect it when I came back.
Not in the least.
We both were just like, all right, well, let's hope it's still fun. That's how I looked at it. I was like, man, I hope this is still a lot of fun. And when I did that pop-in segment with the crying at Ted Nugent shit,
right?
It was really fun. And in my head, it felt like that was kind of, okay, we can still do this. That hasn't died. We still had that chemistry, like without, I mean, and that was such a pop. I think I asked you like during the show, I was like, hey, can I pop in? Isn't that how that went? Like,
well, yeah, because you said I got dragged out to the show at Blossom. It's the first time I've been able to get out of the house and do something like this. And, I'd like to pop in and, let everybody know what's going on with the, how I enjoyed going out to an old timey Blossom rock show.
Right.
Because wasn't it Nugent and Styx?
Styx and REO Speedwagon.
Yeah, so there you go. And that's something I know in the many years you weren't, and I'm going to use this term loosely, you weren't allowed to do that.
Pretty much, no, I wasn't.
And to have that freedom to go out there and do that, know that there's no repercussions when you walk through the door. So, How was the show? Did you hang out with all your loser friends?
Yeah. Did you get laid?
Yeah. Yeah, in the outhouse, honey. I squeezed into the outhouse and banged some hooker out there.
Yeah. It's such a stupid fucking... The stories I wish I was allowed to tell.
Sure.
But in any event, the CMS is a big part of it for me because it's successful. And, you know, another thing is the books. I'm just amazed. One, I'm amazed that I can even write books. You know, I'm a dumb fuck. You know, I'm the fuck you man. You know, I'm not supposed to be able to write stuff that actually, you know, moves people. And I get emails from people all the time, like Burn Vicks or whatnot, saying, "Oh, your fucking book is helping me get through." And, you know, it's like, Jesus, how did this happen? You know, and both books have done really, really well and been very well received. And apparently I'm pretty good at it, you know, and I like doing it. So I'm, you know, I'm in the process of writing more. But that's just another thing. And then my businesses are doing great. You know, the IT business is doing fantastic. The pinball place is holding its own, and, you know, it's turning the corner. And, you know, my personal life's the best it's been in ever. You know, whether it's relationship or whether it's friends or whatever, you know, I'm just in this fucking really good place right now. The best that I've ever been in my life. And Neely, you've known me for a lot of years. I am definitely not the angry fucking asshole that you used to know.
Well, I mean, after that discussion you had with John Astronomy.
Yeah, I mean, dude, in a million years, up until literally this point, 6 months ago, I might have ripped his fucking face off.
Yeah. Well, you know, I wasn't the angry one in this, you know, between the two of us, but how weird do you think that was for me to have both Mark and John approach me?
That had to be just ungodly weird, dude.
That was strange. I mean, it was interesting and strange at the same time. You know, I was just like, holy shit, you know. I walk out the dressing room door into this main corridor.
Yeah.
And they're both standing there, and they're just like, and John comes up and he says, "Are you Neely from the Classic Metal Show?" I'm just like, holy shit, it's John Astronomy.
Did you say, "Hey, dude, where's your spacesuit"?
No. But he shook hands, and Mark came, "Hey, it's Mark Striggle." I was like, wow. I was like, look at you guys. I said, I heard you guys were here today because one of our fans, Steve Jackson, had showed me a picture he had taken earlier in the day. He says, "Yeah, I think Astronomy's hanging around here somewhere."
Right.
And then here they are. And I said, wow. I said, well, Chris is doing the show tonight. You want to call in and talk to him? And John's like, yeah, I'd love to. You know, I'm kind of jealous that Mark has gotten a chance to know Chris a little bit.
Wow.
And I heard that you were here today. And when I saw you, and I wanted to come over and say hello.
Well, there you go.
So I said, well, I'm going to dial Chris up right now, and we'll get on the show. And, you know, thankfully you weren't in the middle of an interview or talking to somebody and got right through.
Right.
And the rest is history if you listen to the segment.
Yeah. And I thought it went really well.
It went real well, you know. So the whole time, you know, John was talking to you, Mark was talking to me and asking me about, you know, the show and little technical stuff, you know, and how do you do it? And, you know, what do you guys use? And, you know, that kind of stuff, you know, just tech talk. And something I'll tell you off the air, I meant to tell you this week, but I won't say it here, but something about an upcoming event that he's going to take part in.
Okay.
And, unfortunately, I'm not going to betray his trust and say anything about it, but I just had to laugh. That's all I got. I just had to laugh.
Well, dude, if we're talking about events coming up, here's a shocker. I'm actually recording an episode of Talking Metal on May 23rd.
That's what I saw. I saw that you were invited to be a part of the show.
Yeah. So I'm gonna record one. My turn to go into that firehouse and see if they won't. I don't think they'll come at me. But if they do, I deserve it and I should answer for it. And that's fine.
Sure.
You know me. I'm not afraid to go on and talk about anything that I've ever said. And I'll cop up to. I'll step up to it. I mean, we did it already once with Mark on this show, and why wouldn't I go on their territory and do it?
Right. Exactly. So anyway, so that was a weird event, but the thing is that after last week's show and being out at M3 and kind of sharing the news with you or trying to involve you as much as you could be, talking to and probably one of the funniest segments was that Chris McCarville.
Dude, he's fucking hysterical.
He is. He was really funny. And when you were yelling about, tell Neely to fuck off. He doesn't need his phone and stuff. I wasn't asking Mark for my phone back. That was Chris. He was just like, dude, you guys got to go. You guys got to go. Give Neely his phone back. You guys got to go. So that's what was going on there.
Too funny.
But Chris is funny, man. He cracks me up. And that whole group, that Wild McBrown, obviously.
Yeah.
And Chris is a character, and Don can be a character when you get him wound up, and
sure.
John is he's just so genuinely nice.
Right.
It's just a real pleasant group of people to hang around with.
Sure.
It's funny. But Chris really showed his funny side last week.
Yeah, he was good.
But anyway, getting back to you, so you when did you decide? Was it just this morning? Was it this week that, hey, you know what? I've got a change of heart. I'm not going to say I'm checking out at 55 anymore. I'm not going to say that anymore. I've got things I want to do or accomplish or whatever the case may be. At what point did that occur to you?
I mean, I've been thinking about it for a while, and a part of it is that, I've been evaluating all this different stuff that I have going on in my life. And I have a lot of people that actually get up my ass when I say that, I'll be dead by 55, which is part a joke and part maybe real. I don't know. It's what the doctors have told me. But I don't know. I have a lot of people like my mom and some close friends that get really offended when I say that shit, because it's, creeping up fast, So I don't know, somewhere during the week I thought of it, and then I just scribbled this out this morning in like 10 minutes. I just kind of shit it out and threw it out there. It's just a thought I had, and obviously a lot of people responded to it, but it's just one of those things is maybe I'm just going to, I'm going to actually change up a little bit, and I'm going to ride this wave. The whole rest of my world has changed, and I've cut out most of the negative shit except for that.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to cut that out too and just see where it goes. Every time I've cut something out of my life negative, my life has gotten better in the last 5 years. So why not cut the one last thing that is really bothering a lot of people is kind of my thought.
Right.
So that's where we got to.
Okay. Well, there was something else I was going to ask you about. Let me think. I had it on the tip of my tongue, and then I got distracted. And, oh, by the way, it wasn't Steve Jackson. It was Carolina Cookie Burner who showed me the picture of astronomy up on the stage there. So give credit where credit is due.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. So you decided that I'm no longer going to say I'm going to be dead in 5 years anyway, or 7 years, or whatever you've been saying. You said you're not going to say that anymore.
No, I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to think it. I'm gonna work to not have that happen. Because that's been a lot of it too. Is I've kind of let my health go to shit sometimes.
Oh, that's what I was good at. See, you brought it right back around where I was at. You said that you've lost some weight in the last month or so.
Yeah, I lost 37 pounds in 36 days.
Perfect 7.
Perfect 7, and just eating right. A lot of perfect 7, but just eating better. Not eating fucking pizza. I gave up my pizza habit. I gave up my Chinese food habit. I gave up my sandwiches from everywhere habit.
Sure. Well, that'll always do it.
Yeah. Gave up pop. I'm not drinking soda anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I'm doing the 8 cups of water a day and 8 cups of coffee, which maybe I should chill on the coffee a little bit, but
Right.
But no, I'm just revamping. I'm in that place again, and I was in it before, and I fell out of it when my dad got sick and died. But now I've kind of worked myself back into that place, and I've got new reasons to be focused. So, when's a better time to make a change than when you have a reason to fucking change it?
Right. I agree.
So that's what I'm doing.
Sure. Well, I got into the real health kick personally, probably, it's going on 3 years now.
Right.
And it's working,
Healthy, dude.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Doing okay, just staying with it, eating healthy, drinking a lot of water, eating right, all that kind of stuff. So, it's important. I mean, we're not young dudes anymore.
Right.
I mean, unfortunately, we're not young dudes.
Yeah, no kidding.
But we're holding our own. So maybe this is good news for the CMS fans if we choose to continue with the show for any length of time.
Sure.
So
for 6 years or longer.
Yeah, there you go.
How's that?
There you go.
Look at Demon. Okay, Chris, who's the girl? Fess up.
Isn't that amazing? If that is the case, what that shit does to you, it turns you right around.
Turn me right around. Look, I'll admit to it. There's definitely a girl involved, but at the same time, that's just a piece. That's just a piece of it, and that's not just a piece of ass. Although I can't wait to fucking find out about that piece of ass. But holy shit, no, there's a girl involved. So what? If that's what it takes for me to get fucking straight. Okay. If that's a piece of it, why not? But I was writing books long before I fucking hooked up. So, I was doing the show again without a chick, and I was doing all this stuff that's been successful without a chick. So I don't think that that's the only thing.
Well, that's a positive thing.
Yeah. So we'll see how it works. We'll see how it goes with everything. But right now I'm in a good fucking place. And anybody who wants to fuck with me can kiss my ass.
Yeah, pal.
Whoever keeps texting me.
Somebody's texting you.
I'm getting quite a few.
All right. Well, there's a couple of songs here I want to play on your behalf.
All right.
I think they're appropriate songs. One is a classic. I would consider it.
Hold on. Look, Carolina Cookie Burner guest. It is Rhonda.
Is it?
I've been secretly, me and my turtles have moved into her house, Cookie Burner.
Just couldn't stay away, huh?
Yep.
Well, I'm going to play something that's not so metal.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to play something that is a classic metal tune, but both of them very appropriate.
All right.
I'm going to play, believe it or not, I'm going to play some Jackson Browne.
Wow. Okay.
I think this is an appropriate song for your newfound, what do you want to call, consciousness.
Okay.
And then I'm going to play some Paul Stanley.
All right. Sounds good.
All right. So something uncharacteristic here on the Classic Metal Show. This is for Chris. This one comes from a CD way back in the 80s. I believe this was like 83.
All right.
And this is from the Lawyers in Love release. And this is Jackson Browne. And this is called Cut It Away. Exclusively here
on your Classic Rock Show.